Welcome back to the Blue Hen Outdoors podcast. I have Mr. Mike Natiri. Is that how I say it?
Nitro, Nitro.
Nitro. Sorry,
You
Mr.
you
Mike.
were saying it in the Hungarian version. Nitro is the Hungarian version, but Nitro, yeah.
Okay, Nitro. Mr. Mike Nitro of Boondocks Hunting and the Garden State Outdoors. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Can't complain. At least we're having some nice weather finally.
About time. It was brutal not having good weather.
I'm telling you, man. But let's start with how did you start doing the Garden State Outdoors? Because I know that you
Uh,
started doing that first before you did the Chase the Unknown.
so the Garden State Outdoorsman podcast, I created that right around COVID. Actually, I think like we got the idea. I think the February, and then the next month, things started getting locked down with COVID and everything like that. So we had the idea. We made Boondock Hunting like an official company and everything like that. And we're like, what do we want to do something different? At the time, podcasts weren't like they were growing, but it was, still wasn't to where they are now. I think podcasting has become a huge way in the world for everybody, not just hunting and everything like that. You look at everything. Podcast has grown so much. I don't even listen to music really much anymore, and I listen and watch podcasts and everything like that. So yeah, around COVID, we came out with the Garden State Outdoorsman. So we were on season number 5 for that, and then yeah, we just came out with a brand new show to focus on everywhere else. Because the Garden State was starting to focus heavily on all the other states and get away from what the actual title of the name of the show is. So we came out with the Chase the Unknown podcast, and yeah, we're now running 2 shows.
How is it balancing two shows?
It's nice because I now have Frank as the host of the Garden State Outdoorsman. So for the 5 years, I've been the host and everything like that of the Garden State Outdoorsman. And I reached out to Frank, who's on our team and everything like that, on our Boondocks hunting team. We got a bunch of great guys and everything like that, and I've been looking probably for the last like year and a half of asking a few New Jersey outdoorsmen who I really trust, if they had any interest in hosting the Garden State Outdoorsman. And then Frank was like, "Yeah, like I would love to," and everything like that. So it's really nice because it takes a little bit of the pressure off. Now I'm still jumping on the episodes, co-hosting and everything like that. But I don't feel like the obligation, especially now Frank has gotten um, really comfortable now being on his own and carrying the podcast episodes and everything like that. So I don't feel like I have to be there, but I still enjoy going. And then I am editing. I'm still doing the editing, and I'm still doing the cover art and everything like that for the show. So um, it's really easy. I really don't find it really difficult. I love this world of podcasting. It's a big part why I picked up another show. And I mean, honestly, we're still looking to add more shows and everything like that. And bring in other podcasts, not just ones that we have started on our own, but like other shows and everything like that for people who would be interested, or even our guys if they wanted to create a show or anything like that, like making Boondocks Hunting a big podcast network. So I love it. I have a lot of fun doing it. And it's nice not having the schedule to go and stay outdoorsman anymore and being the main guy, like trying to come up with stuff. So I get to sit back and like relax
Just
and put
hang
my
out a
input
little
in.
bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's awesome. So backtrack a little bit. Where did you actually get your start in hunting at? Like where was the foundation at?
So I grew up playing hockey my whole entire life. Hockey at a very high competitive level, traveling all over. But my family They've been hunting and everything like that. They go to Maine and they're always hunting in Maine. I had family in Maine. So like I grew up in the outdoors and everything like that. I never for was able to really participate too much because when I mean I was constantly traveling and on the road and hockey was life and there was nothing else, not even school really compared to, to hockey. Like that was the number one thing at the time. And honestly, like I always wanted that itch. I always wanted to go hunting. I always wanted to, but hockey came first, and then
Hmm. I know the feeling.
finally, yeah, yeah, you're like
I
all
played
athletes.
football.
All athletes, I think, know the feeling. Like it gets hard balancing, especially
Yeah.
when you play at a high level. Balancing, what you got to do for a sport versus what you want to do for hunting. And I God bless for the people that get to balance it,
There-
but we didn't have private property like that, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like I could just run out before school or after school or anything like that. So it was pretty difficult.
Mhm.
But yeah, got it the minute I could. I'm the first bow hunter in the family though, since everyone's in Maine and everything like
Oh
that.
wow,
Everyone gun
that's
hunts and
cool.
everything like that. So I self-taught myself bow hunting and things like that. But yeah, 2013 I started bow hunting. Um, and I haven't looked back at all. Not once.
From doing both, so you're the only bow hunter in your family. Have you fully dove into it, and like, are you a bow geek and like do all your own arrows and everything, or do you just kind of like do the bare minimum and just if it
No,
works, it flies right, it's that's what matters.
no, I'm not a bare minimum. Like I'm obsessed with it. And just like same thing with hockey. Like it reminds me of hockey a lot because there's so many customization of everything that you do. Now, unfortunately, I don't create my own arrows, but I have a guy who custom builds my arrows. So I tell him, he looks at the specs and everything like that. He tells me everything that I'm like, all right, this is what I want. These are my specs on my bow and everything like that. This is the FPS I'm shooting. This is what I want the arrow to do. I want the arrow to just blow through deer, even if it hits the shoulder. I want pinpoint accuracy. I run four veins
Flat.
on my arrow and everything like that, and I'm running Sever now the Sever hybrids.
Oh,
So
yeah. We're gonna talk about
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm a big nut when it comes to just everything. Like I'm obsessed with my bow. I shoot my bow constantly. I actually just won in a raffle a brand new 2025 Matthews, and I'm a
Oh
Hoyt
wow,
guy.
look at
And
you.
I'm a Hoyt guy, so I've only shot Hoyt for the past I don't know, probably like 7 years. I've been shooting Hoyt. I'm
How do you
still
like
probably
it?
gonna. I haven't. I'm still waiting to pick it up from Chris and Dave from Pursuit Live and everything like that. I'm not rushing. I'll go pick it up. Um, I'm interested to see. I'm gonna run two bows this year, especially with traveling and everything like that, and
Hmm.
going to different states. Like, I get really paranoid about my bows. If something happens to my bow and I'm not close enough to my bow shop that I trust and everything like that, like I get really paranoid.
Uh-huh. What kind of what's your Hoyt that you're running?
I have the RX4 right now.
Okay.
No, RX4, RX5. RX4. No, it's RX4. I'm pretty sure. I'm having a dull moment, but yeah, RX4. Um, Man, and I want that brand new Hoyt too. And I was at the Great American Outdoor Show, and I saw it. I mean, the fiance would kill me if I bought it. Nothing on it. I think it was like 2 grand
Oh yeah,
without
those are
anything on
ridiculous.
it. But yeah, I if I could get a new boat every single year, I'll get a new boat every single year. Or like if a company out there is listening and they want to give me a brand new bow every single year, I would do it. I love just changing things up. And when I mean changing things up, like I shoot, like I don't change up, like go to different brands or anything like that. But I have like 5 or 6 Trophy Ridge sites because I
Hmm.
love like the way Trophy Ridge makes their sites and everything like that. So like I'm always usually getting like a new Trophy Ridge site like almost every single year. So like I just like there's just so much to do in the archery. We're in so many different builds and everything like that that I kind of get stuck on that. And if I could, I would have a brand new one every single year.
Right. Or and it's kind of easy for guys like, well, I mean, you and me, I run a solo cam, just straight solo cam, my bow,
Yeah.
and it's it's still good and it's still good condition and everything. I get it serviced every year, but
Yep.
it's like you can put all these new sights, you can put all these new rests, all these new strings and whatnot, and just keep the same nostalgic bow you had.
Eh, and that's the thing. Like I don't mind like your however long you had your bow. I know people have had their bows for 13, 14, 15 years, and I love it. Um, and I love my Hoyt that I have right now. I don't get me wrong, I do. Um, I just like, it's like when I was playing hockey, like you buy new sticks every single year. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And things like that. And also I like having bows for backup. Like you're so used in sports having stuff for backup. Like I'm a firm believer, like I have two, different I have the two same thumb releases just in case. Like you never know. Like I buy a lot of double stuff just in case if I lose something or something breaks or anything like that. And I would if I had the money, and now that I won, thank God I won the bow and everything like that.
Yeah.
But like that was always my plan was like I want to get another bow so I can run two bows in a year. Gosh forbid if something happens, especially like the hunting style that I hunt and everything like that. Like a lot of things go on, and I'm
Mhm.
going through the woods, and I put on a lot of hunts, and I shoot a lot in the off season.
Well, I'm lucky. I kind of run two bows ish. I don't know how you feel about crossbows, but my dad he like lets me borrow his crossbow if my bow's like in the shop or anything, and it's archery season, which like I'm thankful for. But
Yeah.
I'm really using my compound as my main. But
Then if we're gonna talk that, then I have three because I mean I have my I don't use it. I have my third bow if you as a crossbow and like
well, I mean,
I
it
haven't
kind of
used
leads
it
me to
in
archery,
years.
so.
Yeah, and for New Jersey it counts as archery too, and I know
Mhm.
like upstate New York it has a little bit of a different season and everything like that, but I much rather get out in the woods than not get into the woods. So like
Mhm.
gosh forbid, you know what I mean, it's nice having a crossbow just in case anything happens. Like you will have a backup to backup to backup,
Backups,
whatever the
right?
case is. Like, yeah, I'd much rather get into the woods. Like, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of crossbows, but anything is better than
Nothing
nothing.
exactly. And like because a couple of times I've traveled up to my wife's uncle's property in Pittsburgh, and I just brought them both just in case something were to happen. So it's like
Yeah,
it's good to have a backup
it
plan.
it's a smart thing to do. I mean, especially like you said, if you're traveling, you're traveling to Pittsburgh or something like that. It's not a oh snap, something happened to my bow. Like let me go get it fixed. Or even if like yeah, people are like oh well, their shops are over. At the end of the day, like I've gone to other shops and not done good work on my bow and just kind of make things worse than improve stuff. So, I'm very picky on who touches my bow and everything like that. So that's another reason, especially I think the more you hunt, the more you travel, the more you get into the bow hunting state of mind, you get more and more, I guess, on who's going to be touching your bow. You just know exactly what you like and you don't really want to change it up.
Hmm. On the topic of travel hunts, you said you mentioned you travel a little bit this year. What kind of travels you got lined up?
So this upcoming year,
Yes.
so definitely Delaware. We'll be at actually I'm going to Delaware June 9th, and we'll get our first scouting mission of this year in Delaware this year. Maine is on the books. Whether we're going for moose or deer, that's still yet to be seen. I'll find out. I think June 14th, if me or somebody in my family draws their moose tag or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, and then I do plan, even if I don't draw the moose tag, to be up in Maine. I'll be hunting PA again this year. I don't. I try. We're gonna try to get out there for bow season. But if not, we'll definitely be out there for PA rifle season. We tried it for the first time last year, and it was just a different type of pace, and it was fun. It was definitely
Hmm.
fun. So we're looking forward to that, and I'm trying to get to Ohio this year.
Really?
Yeah, Ohio's been on the books for me for a little bit. It's a place I've really wanted to hunt for years now. Um, and then also potentially oh, and New York. I'll be in New York, upstate New York this year too as
Hmm.
well, and then maybe one more state like a Connecticut or something like that. Who knows? But those states are definitely the ones close to us in Maine are definitely getting a hunt in at least.
Which one are you looking forward to the most?
If we pull a Maine tag or a moose tag, definitely the moose. If not, it is going to be going down to Delaware. Um, just what we experienced through last year and everything like that. Like I'm really focused on killing my first deer in Delaware. We were on a lot of deer last year, some big bucks and everything like that. So now that I know a little bit more of the landscape and everything like that, like really looking forward to it. We didn't decide we were going to Delaware last year, I think, until I want to say August. Like sometime in August, we were like, "Oh snap!" Like it opens this early, and I went on my first scouting trip. I think like 2 weeks before the season, so it was like a quick like, boom,
Yeah.
let's go scout real quick, boom, 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 and that was it. Where this year, like I said, we're going out on June 9th. We'll probably go down like one more time to do some scouting, and then we're gonna be doing some glassing once we get here in August and everything like that. It's only a 2 hour ride for 2 hour 2:15 ride for me and everything like that. So it's not
Mhm.
that far. Um, really, it's like a redemption run. Like all right, like now we had the groundwork was laid last year. Now it's time to
Mhm.
put a deer down and get some. I think some guys are going and everything like that. We got a crew going and everything like that. So really looking forward to that too as well. And it starts off the season. Like how can't you
Oh
not be
yeah,
excited for like the start of hunting season?
that's right. You guys will have to hit me up and well, I don't know if you want to disclose where you guys are going to be or whatnot while we're recording, but
Oh
you'll
yeah,
definitely hit
I'll
me up
definitely hit
and
you up.
we'll have to get together and I'll come scout with you guys and help you guys out a little bit.
Well, I'll definitely hit you up, and yeah, I no, I don't want to blow up because God forbid I blow up somebody else's spot or something like that. We're traveling down there and everything like that. This is in our home turf, so I don't want to blow up
Right.
anybody's spot who's already there. Or they're like, damn, these guys are hunting my spot. Like, no, I don't want them there.
Right. Right. So you're kind of the first guy I've had that, well, besides me, that's hunted Delaware and the Marsh Boys. But what would you say is like hunting Delaware and New Jersey like?
Well,
Like,
the
it's
the
definitely very underrated in my opinion.
it is 100. Both states are definitely underrated. I wasn't expecting. So Delaware reminds me of South Jersey. A lot of
Hmm.
farmland, a lot of ag field, a lot of big open land. It's not like our northern part of the state. Like our, I mean, I don't know if you guys have like anything like that, but like our northern part of the state's way different. It's real thick, real nasty swamps,
Hurricane.
ridges, everything like that. Like it. So it reminds me a lot of that central South Jersey area where it's a lot of open open land, open. So like you really have if you're bow hunting, you really have to like make sure you're set up like right on them because you could see, like I said, like I saw I think like 30 or something deer and it was great seeing it and that was an accomplishment in its own, but the closest got to like 80 yards, right?
Hmm.
Which is still, that's still pretty good that it got that close comparing like how much land I had to work with. I think those animals started out at like 200 yards away and everything like that. You know what I mean? So, um, I'm really looking forward to getting that, and that was my first time experiencing opening or hunting land like that. And then same thing where I was this year in more of that southern Jersey area. Like that's kind of what I was hunting. So I love the style, love the land. I was generally surprised. Like Delaware, like opened my eyes, like big time of holy crap, like this is hunting like this is a hunting state without it like being known as a hunting state. Like there was
Right.
so much animals, like the state land was there's a lot of state land and a bunch of them are like all close like within a 20-30 minute drive where
Hmm.
you can literally drive one and you're going through a bunch of different other state land and everything like that. And the hunting pressure from what we experienced wasn't too bad. I mean, our opening day was there was a lot of dove hunters and everything like that, but not many crazy people were out there bow hunting in like 90-degree weather.
Yeah, I mean, I will have to say from like my own personal experiences, I mean, I get out as much as I can regardless, whether it be 99, whatever. But if from what I experienced, if it's like hot like that, people aren't gonna waste their time unless it's like right. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
and
if,
and I don't mind that either because like hey, we're gonna be the crazy guys to get out there and stuff like that. Like deer
right.
at the end of the day, deer still move in really hot weather.
Mhm.
It's just you shoot one, you gotta make sure it's a good shot, and you get them out and to the butcher or wherever you need to be, pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, well it's funny you say that because my buddy he shot his 170 last September off his private property.
Jesus,
Um and it was like 80 degrees out in early September, and I was helping him drag it out. I was getting ready to go to the bar in my Eagles jersey. He's like, you mind helping me drag this out real quick? It's right by the path. I just need to have me drag me through the soybean. I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
that's funny. I love that. I land 170. That's impressive. It's a big deer.
Oh yeah. Well, he had me set up on a bigger one on his property. Me and you have talked about it before. I think have
Yeah,
we talked?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We did it on my show. Yeah.
yeah. So, but it happens.
Yeah, yeah, no, it does, and that's what makes what we do so much fun. And at the end of the day, you never know, and it's a big part where the catchphrase of "Chase the Unknown" came from. Because like at the end of the day,
Hmm.
like you just never know what is going to happen, what you're going to experience in the woods, and everything like that. So yeah, it's great state. I'll tell you, like, and I don't really like. I know like Realtree, and that's how we found out. Like I think Realtree put it into like the top 10, um, you know, underappreciated states and everything like that. And Delaware is up there, and I think we talked about it. Like, why am I
Yeah,
going to go to Kentucky and drive 15, 16 hours to Kentucky and spend all this money when I can just drive 2 hours and go help hunt velvets down in Delaware?
right. Exactly. So I see you have your bear pelt behind you. Do you was that just a one and done? Or are you a big time bear hunter?
Oh man, I am a huge bear hunter. This is my first bear that I killed right here. Not a big bear, but meant a lot to me. So when I got into bear hunting, and I was bow hunting them at the time, like when I really started bear hunting was the last year we had the bear hunt just in general. Um, and our governor was going to ban it. So I got a like quick taste of like bear hunting and the adrenaline rush and like how much fun it is and everything like that. Like they're a creature that like I have so much respect for, and like we go crazy for the bear seasons here. So I was running into big bears, like 300-400 pound bears and everything like that. There was one hunt my first year where this bear hit my trail camera, and I knew like he hit my buddy's camera, and I knew whenever he hits that camera, he will walk right past my camera and go into the cornfield. So I tried beating him into my spot,
Hmm.
and him and I crossed paths almost at the same time. Now it's pitch black and I can't see. I just hear him breathing and just walk like he probably had to walk like 10, 15 yards like in front of me.
Hmm.
And I can hear him like right when we kind of like cross paths, like I can hear him like take off like yeah, like 10 yards away from me in the cornfield and everything like that. And so like I got hooked right there. It got taken away from us, and then a couple years later, out of nowhere, they're like, "Yeah, we're bringing back the bear hunt," and we're all jacked up, like we're all excited. Like, all right, it was coming during the gun season, so the only thing I could use was a gun, which isn't ideal for me, but like we needed this. Like any bear was going to get taken at this point because we had years
Hmm.
of no bear hunting. Like this is strictly like management, like the definition of a management hunt. So we're getting ready. Like everyone takes vacation time off. We're setting up our bait sites and everything like that. And I'd say like we catch wind like a week before the season that they're probably going to postpone the bear hunt. So then, you stop baiting and everything like that. And everyone's like, all right, like the bear hunt's done. Like they're not gonna get it back up. Like we're just
Right.
gonna go out and do deer hunt and everything like that. So opening day of our 6 day season, which is also opening day of bear season two, we all would have killed bears, big bears opening day. Like we all had bears at our spots. We were doing some drives and we bumped some bears and everything like that. Like it was crazy. Like it would have been perfect. And then the next day, I want to say it was pouring the next, like pouring rain, Tuesday or Wednesday, whichever day, pouring, just absolute, just crazy. And we get up and we're heading out to go do our hunt. It's like mid afternoon, and all of a sudden, all of us get a message: bear season's back on. We're like, what the hell? Like mid during the hunt during the season, to just randomly put the bear season back on. So we went out for a bear hunt. Like I think one bear was killed that opening day. That's how badly it was raining. Like just one bear and everything like that. And then it came to like the last day of the season, the last like 30 minutes to an hour, and we had like three bears out in front of them. And this was going to be my last opportunity. And I was like, listen, whatever comes. And I had this bigger bear that was out there, couldn't get a shot off. And then these other bears came in, and I took the shot, and killed this bear, and it was insane. It wasn't the adrenaline rush that I was thinking, like with a bow,
Mhm.
but like it was pretty memorable for me, and that was my first kill with the slug gun and everything like that. And it happened to just be a bear, and the whole process of taking it to the check-in station and everything like that it's a pretty cool thing. And then now, fast forward, now they open up the bow season again, and every year we've gone out bow hunted. One of our team guys, Peyton, he killed like a 300-pound bear 2 years ago, and then a nice 220-pound bear this year. And the skulls were both Pope and Young. I think 19 inches, I think was a skull, or 19, something like that. If it was 19 and a half, I think it would have been.
BC.
Yeah, yeah, Boone and Crockett. So it was Pope and Young, which was pretty cool. We have a time. We go out camping and everything like that. We love bear meat. Bear meat is one of our favorite meats to
I was
eat
just
and
gonna say,
everything like that.
what's bear meat like? Like, as I've heard, it's kind of like beef. It's kind of like pork.
It reminds me a lot like pork. And for everyone out there who's paranoid, and I get paranoid too, like, oh, like I'm gonna get triggered. Like, if the cool thing about bear meat, and just like pork, you can overcook it because of all that fat, so it really doesn't dry out like you
Hmm.
would a venison, or something like that. So like if you're ever not sure, just keep on cooking it. That's what I do. I'm like, oh, I'm not sure. Let me just keep on. I'm just gonna keep on cooking, and you'll literally see like just the fat just pouring out, and it's like, all right, yeah, this is good. But my bear tasted very sweet. Like even opening up the package once it was processed and everything like that, you get this whiff of just like smell like sugar. And they're a big animal that, like, if they eat whatever they're eating, that's what they're gonna
They
taste
smell
like.
like, right? Because I've heard like the fishy bears and the berry bears.
Yeah, like bear, you want a berry bear, you want a blueberry
Yeah.
bear, you want a raspberry bear. You don't really want a trash bear, and you really don't want a coastal bear or something like that. You've everyone, I imagine, has heard those things. And usually when people say, oh, like bear is not good, it's usually the people that have hunted them in areas that, like, they're a trash bear. Like they just don't taste good. Our key to like scouting them is, we used to do the baiting and everything like that, and I'm gonna do that again this year, because I think we got a bunch of out of staters coming to hunt bears with us this year. So I want to make sure they're on
Hmm.
bears and everything like that. But me and Peyton and Zach and like some of our guys, what we do is we go out like the day before, and we go scout, and all we're looking for is bear sign, and mostly bear poop. And their poop will tell you exactly what they're eating. So 2 years ago, nothing but, for the most part, acorns. Like you could see the acorns in the poop. So what
Hmm.
you needed to focus on, same thing like with deer, you needed to focus on acorns. Or you'll get corn, like we have standing corn and everything like that. They're going to be in the cornfields, be
Hmm.
there. So, and there's this other berry. If it wasn't a blueberry or anything like that, it looks like a wine berry, and it grows in some of the state parks that we hunt and everything like that. And last year, a lot of the bears were eating those berries. And I finally found like where those berries actually were. Um, and Zach, our guy, did a spot and stalk and just missed like a pretty big bear um, early in the morning. And then I went out in the evening. Unfortunately, we couldn't find him and he didn't come back or anything like that. But bear
Hmm.
hunting is an adrenaline rush. It's so much fun. We hunt it like we kind of hunt deer. We just go out, hang and hunt and everything like that. And the cool thing is like I think my buddy killed one over. Peyton killed his this year. The morning he was like, all right, like I'm not gonna bear hunt. My priority is gonna be killing a deer. He had a big buck that was hitting the scrape. That bear came and came and right by the scrape, and I've seen that they'll go to scrapes and everything like that and smell them. I don't know exactly what
Wow.
they're doing, but I've seen bears go to scrapes and check scrapes and everything like that. I was on cameras in person and everything like that. So it's a fun animal to hunt. If you guys are ever interested, listen, come on up and we'll be camping out and everything like that, and we'll just be bear hunting for the week.
Oh yeah, I know. I told you I'm definitely gonna hit you up about that too because
Yeah,
I started bear hunting last year.
and that's what the years prior. Like I would when I was, and I call myself, and I'm still not like oh my god the most experienced one, but like especially my rookie days of hunting where I really knew nothing and like I was so like I would buy the bear tag and I would be a bear hunter. It was $2. Like, of course I'm gonna
Right,
buy it.
it's $2 for our staters too. It's like you can't beat that.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, and I like now thinking back, I'm like, what the hell would I have done? Like, I knew nothing about bear hunting at that point. I would just go out and bear hunt and everything. Like, I would go out and sit and just hope that a bear would
We're
come.
walk by.
Yeah, that was basically it.
Uh, when you bear and deer hunt, do you do any birds at all?
Waterfowl guy. Got big into waterfowl. Shout out to my boy Justin. He's got me big onto the birds of duck, geese, and turkey hunting. And then him and Peyton are we all go out and we got a good crew and I look forward to waterfowl hunting after the rut is done. So basically, once Thanksgiving is done,
Hmm.
I'm only thinking about waterfowl at that point. Like I don't care about anything else. Like I should have killed the deer that I was after and some deer and
Right.
everything like that. It's waterfowl time. It's my time to decompress after the crazy
Rest of deer season,
deer
exactly.
season because like today, June 1st, when I started my deer prep, I was out in the woods scouting, moving some cameras. So my deer prep starts June 1st, and I will
Mm.
be thinking only about deer until probably about Thanksgiving, and then it's waterfowl. I'll get a few deer hunts in there and everything like that, but it's waterfowl. Like I'm obsessed now with waterfowl, and especially ducks. I love ducks, but goose, hunting goose are just so much fun. Like I love it. Like those, I'm obsessed. I love it.
Your guys' limit didn't drop, did it, or it did?
For us, it was three per person.
It's still three.
Yeah, it was that the last 2 years. It's been three.
Hmm.
What is it for you guys?
Because last year it was two for us, and they dropped it back down to one again.
Really?
Yeah, so a lot of guys, at least that people I've talked to around here, aren't really gonna be goose hunting much because there's like, what's a duck hunt, and if we see a goose that comes by, we'll get our goose.
Gosh, I hope they didn't drop like that for us. Let me text my buddy.
Yeah,
Uh,
but it's like that's the thing. It's like, what do you think some of them waterfowl studies are on for the population and how they change the limits and stuff?
I generally don't really. I have no idea. Listen, I obviously understand like if there really is that serious of a problem. I get it, and obviously there's so many more people that would know this, and the actual. Okay, so they did. Okay, so they didn't. Real quick, they did not in New Jersey. Um, you go so weird. You text me that I was literally going through goose season photos right now. No, is that true? Okay. Oh wait, he doesn't. Um, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
That's a big thing because yet again, like we didn't like when I first got into waterfowl hunting, like it was ducks and everything like that because the limit was one here in New Jersey as well. So there was no point of putting all that work
Oregon
to
for
just
geese,
go
right?
right. And like I said, if one flew by, one would flew by. But
Right.
the last 2 years we've been they put it up to three. We've been very fortunate enough to that it's three. So we've been absolutely just laying the smackdown um
Mm-hmm.
on these geese and where we're hunting. And I from where we're hunting, we're like in a fly zone, and like the amount of geese that we saw, there's no damn way that you could drop the limit to one, at least in my, but I don't know what it's like in
Mm-hmm.
other states. Like we're very fortunate that we're in a that we got the
Good
fly
part
zone.
of flyway, right?
Yeah, and you know what I mean? And so like it's for us, like we may not be seeing what maybe some other people are seeing in different states or whatever the case is. I mean, we're pretty lucky enough to have what we have. I mean, it was incredible this year, like just absolutely incredible. So if it is true and there is a whatever number down, then I'd much rather them do it and us have goose hunting for longer. But you really got to look at the states that like I mean, I don't know. Three seems is good enough for me. Like three is a pretty reasonable thing. You drop it to two, but one's not reasonable unless you got like 20 or 30 guys with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, and that's not gonna be fun. What would be a dream hunt for you? You can do
Woo.
multiple, or if you got one, that's the pinnacle.
Oh man, I mean no one has put it into multiple, but I'll tell you. Dream absolutely because we go over this a lot in our podcast. I love asking this question to people. Um, it would be a 2 week Alaskan float for moose. Um, that bow hunting that is my dream. But then also now, if you're throwing that, I would throw in an extra animal like a brown bear, grizzly, or something like that. I mean, maybe a wolf tag or something like that. But Alaska is definitely the dream destination for me and everything like that. And Alaskan bull moose. If I'm going one, like I'm going Alaskan bull moose without a doubt.
That's awesome. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, I'm obsessed with moose.
yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, I've been camping at Maine before and seen either a yearling or like a 2-year-old calf. Dude, them things were freaking huge.
They are gigantic. Even like yeah, the calves are the size of like our deer and everything like that.
Right.
It's absolutely incredible when you actually see them and it's like wow, it's like I can't believe there is an animal this big, and especially being like you hear about in like Alaska, I can see it, or Africa, like animals being that big and everything like that. The fact that like Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, like even certain parts of upstate New York has like these big animals, um, and they're even bigger than elk. Like
Oh yeah.
there's
Sometimes.
and it's crazy because elk are huge, but the antler difference is just like I just love. I got a right now. This has been in the family for years. I found not this one, but I've found another one year. So this is from Maine. Um, so this has been in the family for a long time and everything like that. And I found my first one years ago, and a coyote or a fox peed on it. So like we left it outside of after we're done with camp and everything like that. We brought it back to my uncle's and we left it outside their condo, and someone stole it.
What is the process for getting a moose tag up there?
Um, so they do it by lottery. So you can go to New Jersey, gosh, Maine's like Fish and Wildlife, whatever they call it. And you put in for a lottery. You fill out your zones that you want. You can even draw like, and it does bonuses. So every year you do get bonuses and everything like that.
Hmm.
You can do a. They give you the chance also to hunt a cow moose. I never put in for that. I'm not going to use my bonus points for that or anything like that. I'll keep going until I get one. Hopefully, I get one, but it's a draw. It's a pretty big event that I heard like in Maine. Like a lot of people, especially the locals, they come out and they do a draw, a lottery right at a building and everything like that. And I think it may even be online. Don't quote me on that or anybody out there, but I know definitely in person, like a lot of people show up and everything like that. And it may even possibly, especially now in 2025, it should be on online too and be a live event on YouTube or something like that.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I because ever since I've been camping up there, I've always wanted to. It's been a on the not bucket, not on the well, not top of the bucket list, but it's on the list to get a moose from up that area. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean,
And a black bear.
And so that's another one that like I'm really looking forward. Like I said, I love black bear hunting. Like it's great just being in New Jersey. Like $2 a tag, and we have such a high population for black bears. But another one is to eventually do a bear hunt in Maine and everything like that. And fun fact, I've grown up my summers in Maine. I'm 31 years old. I'll be 32. I have never seen a black bear Maine yet.
Really?
A Maine black bear. I've seen probably at least 100 New Jersey black bears. I have never seen a Maine black. Almost everyone in my family has seen one, and it's funny. It's become a joke now. Like if I don't go up with the family and I go up later, they will see a bear, and then when I get there, I won't see a bear. They're like, I remember one year, they're like, yeah, like it was like a day or two before we got up there, and they're like, they're on this one road, and they saw a black bear, and they're like, yeah, we saw a black bear. I've seen a bobcat, but they've seen a lynx and everything like that. I've seen the paw of a lynx crossing the road and everything like that. But still, no Maine black bear yet. It's a way different animal to see up there, like it is in New Jersey. We're such a small state and everything like that.
Hmm.
And then my cousin was out deer hunting a couple years ago, and he actually got charged by a mother bear in her den with her cubs.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a situation there.
Yeah. Listen. I think people always ask like, "Am I afraid?" No, I'm not really afraid of bears, especially Jersey bears. I think they're a little more accustomed to people, and I definitely you have to worry about. I think juvenile bears,
Hmm.
um, and mother bears with cubs, but for the most part, like they want to be left alone. Like every big boar that I've run into, um, I mean, I've been 10 yards of I like face to face with big boars, and like they don't want nothing to do with me, and I had this juvenile bear this year just like follow me and my buddy like for I don't think he knew what we were or were startled or he was, being a teenager and was very but he just kept following us and following us.
He's just like,
Even
hi,
saying
friends, guys.
yeah, like and even trying like saying, hey bear and everything, like he wasn't and that's a bear that like I would have that I fear a lot more than like a big mature male.
Hmm. Do you have any you don't have no like pistol or nothing when you go out there just in case, do you?
Not yet. New Jersey, we're not allowed to carry one unless we get our concealed carry permit, which I'm going to be working on this year. So I definitely, and not just because, like at the end of the day, I'm walking around with a bow. Like if a bear, like or anything happened, like the hell am I going to do with the bow? You know, what I mean,
Right.
it would like come on. I definitely believe like they should let hunters carry bow hunters carry a gun at least. I think in
Hmm.
Maine, obviously Maine is a state where you can conceal, but it was always a like, yeah, if you're a bow hunter, you definitely can like you can have a handgun on you while bow hunting,
Hmm.
um, and things like that. And I definitely think like that should be a thing. I can understand why, if you're rifle hunting or shotgun hunting, like why, they may not want you to carry a handgun and everything like that. But I think definitely bow hunting, they should make that a thing.
Hmm. Oh yeah, especially for safety.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not only for the animals. Like, there's some nut. Like, you could be in some pretty big state forest and everything like that, and
And you can
there were
see
some
it.
nut jobs and everything like
Mhm.
that out there.
I was just gonna say because a couple of times on my wife's uncle's property, he's seen them on trail cams. Just some people whacked out on whatever. They're just camping out for a night or whatever as they're blowing through.
My buddy. We had him on the podcast. He's in Texas. He's had border patrol and illegal immigrants on his trail cameras and everything like that. Yeah.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah, I was like, dude, are you serious? Like, that's absolutely insane. Like, could you imagine, like, you're chilling at home and you think a deer or something like that is on your trail cam, but no, it's a bunch of illegal immigrants who just hopped the border, and then all of a sudden you see border patrol like right after it. Like, it's absolutely like just crazy. Like being down south is like a whole different like level
That's a whole
of
different ball game.
yeah. And I would like to hunt down south like a little bit just to say I did it. But like I don't think I people are like, oh, why don't you move down south? Like, why don't you move to Texas? Like, I don't know. Like, I just like being in the Northeast for hunting is just phenomenal. Like, I love what we have here in Jersey, Delaware, PA. I go to Maine and everything like that. Like, the North Woods are just, I think, just so much better.
Hmm. I mean, I've hunted down in South Carolina some, and I plan to go down to Georgia and Florida and over to Arkansas and Louisiana some and hunt. But like you said, there's nothing that beats like hunting up here, man. Because you get a
No.
gambit everything. You can get hardwood, you can get pine wood, you can go to the swamp, you can go to the marsh, you can go ag field. You get it all wrapped into one.
Yeah, yeah, you can't get that down there. And also I don't have to really worry about too much like venomous snakes and spiders and everything like that. Like
Or a hog come charge you.
yeah, like there's things that like I you don't really have to worry, especially like early season. Like it's it's already a like oh my god, like you're walking through thick high grass and everything here. Like that's all the way up to here. Like kind of imagine like being in a state where you like you have to wear snake boots. Like if you don't wear
Yeah.
snake boots, like you're kind of like an idiot or something like that. Like it's nice knowing like yeah, it gets hot in here and everything like that. We yes, technically we do have venomous snakes, but it's not like it is
Down
down
there.
and yeah down there. I don't have to check my boots for spiders or scorpions. That's nice.
Yeah. So, what would you say is one of the wildest things you've seen out in the woods or experienced?
Oh man. Um, so one story I love this story. Um, Me and my buddy we were hunting, and this is earlier in our days of hunting, and he had just can't remember if he shot a doe or something like that. And he was like, oh, like I just shot something. So I was like, all right, like I'll get down and like I'll come and we can come track and everything like that. I'm walking over to where he is and like deer are just everywhere. So I'm putting on spot and stalks and everything like that. Like have yet to be successful with a spot and stalk, but that's something I'm going to be working on too at some point. So we get closer to where he is and he's like it's an intersection. He's like back here and I'm walking down this way, and a deer is down over here and comes this way. And I'm like, I'm texting, I'm like, there's a deer, 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 deer. He's like, where? Like, I don't see it. It must have given the slip. So I continue walking, and I get to the crosshair walk here, and I'm like right here, and he's got two hedgerows on the side, and he's kind of like in the middle, and I see a buck right behind him. So I just drop. I literally just drop to the ground, and I'm not texting, and I'm trying to be like to him, like pointing and like trying to get like the antlers and everything like that. I'm trying to get him to, and he finally picked up on it. And this buck must he must have been so curious because he came closer and he actually closed the distance where my buddy was able to draw back. And this deer was probably at like 15 or 20 yards from me. And I'm laying like straight on the ground, like trying not to move at all. Like the only thing like is my eyes are like looking up a little bit. You know what I mean? Just I need to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he just whacks this freaking deer and it starts running straight for me. So I get up and I'm like, whoa. And the deer finally noticed like I got up and everything like that. And that's like the last like 5 yards just makes a big left like into the thicket and everything like that. Um and like I'll tell you, an adrenaline rush like no other. Like, it was insane. And the fact, like, that worked after me, all I had to do was drop to the ground and the deer, like, I guess I did it so quickly that the deer did not realize what I was.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a case of the curiosity got the best of that deer because he came in to investigate and we had a dead deer on the ground. And it was like a phenomenal time. Like one of my favorite memories with him and everything like that. And him and we've had a bunch of good memories and everything like that hunting together and stuff like that. But that was one that was just like, I can't believe this happened. I legit can't, like, you people, and I definitely, like, people are like, oh, that's probably not how it happened. Like, and the minute it happened, we're like, no one is gonna believe our story. Like they're gonna think it's like BS, like that happened, but it did, and it was, yeah, lots of fun, good memory.
Awesome. So as we get ready to finish up here, I got one last good question for you. What is your why? Like, why you keep going out in the woods and doing what you do? Like,
Ooh. Um,
what's the
well,
why?
it's really because yet again, you look at like our new podcast and our saying like chase the unknown. Like I'm obsessed with what's beyond that ridge, like what's in that, in that swamp. What is, like, I want to know every little thing. Like I am curious what lays beyond that bend. Is it a bear? Is it a big buck? Is it a doe, coyote, fox? Like the satisfaction of just getting out in nature and how it one feels mentally and how much better I feel as a person, and um, it makes me want to be the best I can be and the best hunter and the best um, you know husband at the end of the day, like, and to be able to provide for my family and everything like that. Like there's so many things about hunting that just makes it great. And most people don't who don't understand are usually the people that don't hunt. It's not about the kill. It's literally about everything else because the killing part
Mhm.
is that's over in
Two
2 seconds.
seconds. Right.
Yeah, it's done. Like
If they're over in
you
2 seconds, that's just the icing on top of the cake, man.
exactly, like and it's also the failures that drive you too. Like the
Hmm.
failures are what pushes you and like, all right, like I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna get better. Like I want that deer. I want that turkey or whatever the case is. Like, it's just enlightening. Like I couldn't put into, it's hunting is probably one of the best things in the world. It really is. And it's no, like I've played, like I said, I played hockey at a very high level. I've won games and championships and played at almost at the highest level you can possibly play at. I don't think anything compares to the adrenaline rush that's killing a big deer or killing that bear or, having even a close encounter. Like you don't even have to kill something, and you get those really close encounters, especially bow hunting. It's like you're shaking, like you get the shakes. You want to like the adrenaline rush is so much. Sometimes you want to throw up. Like
Hmm.
it's insane. It's the blood, sweat, tears that we put into it. It's like no other.
Oh yeah, I definitely 1000% concur with you on that. Do you have a shameless plug for the people before we head out?
Yeah, I mean, I got a bunch of shameless plugs. We work with a bunch of great guys. I got a bunch of great team members. All my guys. From Frank to Squatch to Zach, Peyton, Steve. We just hired actually a new intern who's going to be doing a lot of filming for us and everything like that. John, we're really looking for that. And actually, we just released a program too. Then we're going to be doing a field staff program where people can come and if they want to join up and everything like that. And it's not only about us, it's about everyone else too. It's not just about boondocks hunting, and it's about growing everybody's page, what everyone wants to do, and growing as hunters and starting a family and a brotherhood behind this. Um, and then I got to shout out, a bunch of my sponsors and everything like that. Rack Getter, we love, Rack Getter. Um, it's, yeah, Hex, like the Hex suit and everything like that.
Hmm.
Tide We, Moultrie, Timberwolf Supply Co. all those guys, they've been really great and have helped us get where we are, Gilly Puck, things like that. So have helped us get where we are today, and we appreciate the support from all our listeners, all our followers, and the other companies that we work with. And we appreciate you for letting me on this podcast. And we're looking forward to the partnership, and going back and forth and talking and meeting
Oh,
up and doing hunts together and everything like that too as well.
so 1000%, man. I can't wait till we get back in the woods together and I get to meet you face to face. And
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah, no, it's like no other. This community is truly great.
Hmm.
We not only like the community that we've built and all the people that we've met, they're just one in a kind type of type of people, all real caring, and always there to help other people.
Hmm. Well, I appreciate you coming on and spending some time with us today. And with all that being said, we're wrapping up another episode of the Blue Hen Outdoors podcast. I appreciate you guys all for listening and tune in again next week. Thank you guys.